Hello, I'm Toni M. I'm a film music composer, and I'm here to try to explain a little bit what I try to do with this scene for Del Otro Lado Del Jardín, this Colombian movie directed by Dani Posada. And, well, to put a little bit in context, the movie is about a Colombian poet called Carlos Fram. It's based on a true story, and it's about how Carlos Fram assists his mother to die. So we see the whole process of the judicial process during the movie, because he was accused of murder, and well, I think it's a movie that talks about the relationship between him and his mother, about love, about freedom, about death, honesty, a lot of things. But it's very well. I think it's, as a viewer, the movie makes you question a lot of things, because the characters are I presented in a very human approach, and well, you have a lot of controversial in many themes, because like moral things and stuff. And well, I try to create some different themes for the movie, for each character, especially for the main characters, and they are like quite far from each other at the beginning, because well, it's hard to understand these kind of things. It's talking about euthanasia. It's not easy to. So in certain moments in the movie, I don't want to make any spoiler, but in certain moments they become like closer, and the music is something like that, because, for example, in one scene when two characters, or one of them, is understanding a little bit what Carlos did and why he did it and stuff, these two main themes, these two melodies becoming just one. And it's like, because they are very close in that moment, because things of their lives, and they find different ways to be closer. So I try to do this thing for the movie. So I think it's a very nice movie. It's very powerful in the sense of life and love. I think it's very close to the Colombian culture, so it's very important. I think it was a pleasure and very challenging to compose the music for this movie. So I think that the best thing would be to put the scene that we are going to talk about, and then we can go through the music part. Aquí estoy. Mi niño. Mi niño.
¿Podría establecer un grado general de todas estas enfermedades, si eran leves?
Well, I think that I chose this scene because I think it's one of the most important scenes of the movie, because it's the moment when the mother tells Carlos that she cannot live that way, so she gives up, and she wants to die, and she wants him to die. She's ill. She has a lot of pain, and she needs him to die. So it's also the moment when Carlos realized that this thing that they were talking about, because they knew that one day it would happen, becomes real. So it's a very important moment of the movie, very deft, and well, I think that's why I chose this thing. And I would like to talk about this scene in music, in terms of music, And I think that this cue is based on 3 groups of instruments, especially basically 3 groups of instruments. In one way, we have the Colombian and Latin American guitars, that like tiple, that is a Colombian guitar with 6 double strings. The ronroco, that it's not Colombian, but it's Latin American. So I think it's from Bolivia. We have the charango. We have a Spanish guitar, and well, I could record these guitars with Eduardo Iniesta, that is a great player. He has a lot of guitars from all around the world, and he's amazing, and he could play and record these guitars for me in the movie. And I would like to show you what they are doing, because for me these Colombian and Latin American guitars, this first group of the music, is in the background, and is for me it's like the foundation of their relationship. Basically represents their relationship. It's the Colombian culture in their roots. So for me, Carlos' mother represents the Colombian culture, and that's how I try to put it in the movie, in the music. So because for me it's not only what we are seeing in the scene with this part of this element of the Colombian and Latin American guitars. It's more like what they are, their relationship, what they have in the background, and what the Colombian culture represents in them, and the roots of the whole story. Because I think that Colombian culture is a culture that they give a lot of importance to the family, and well, I think that they have a really honest relationship, Carlos and his mother, because it's like they don't judge each other. It's just pure love. And that's what I try to transmit or to explain with this group of instruments in the background. They are subtle in the background, but they are there. They are supporting the scene. They are not explaining what is happening in the scene. What is happening in the scene is explained by the string quartet that we will talk later. And well, I think that this purity, this raw that the guitars give, I think that makes or transmit what I wanted to transmit with these instruments. This kind of Colombian culture and this relationship is the pureness of the relationship between them. I would like to put this just the guitars, because it's when you have it with everything, maybe it's hard to understand or to listen to this. And I think that you will notice this flavor that I want to transmit. So they are talking about this thing, this relationship between them, this culture that they have inside of them. We have like tremolos with the tiple that they are giving like a little bit of, not tension, but a little bit of tension, yeah, like this. This mood of Colombian culture, and then we have like some melodies and harmonies. This is here you can find the theme of the cue, the motif. So this is this group of instruments, the guitars, and then we have the main group of instruments, that is the string quartet. I could record it with Quartet Gerard, but especially with the main, the soloist of the violin was Ana Fernandez, and the cellist was Marçal Ayats, that they are great musicians too. And I think that the quartet is like making the dialogue that we are seeing on the scene. I try to, because, for example, Daniel, the director, he didn't want that the audience listen what they are saying. They want just leave the music, some screams or some things with the mouth, but not the dialogue. So the dialogue is basically with the string quartet, and this is what we are seeing: the illness, the pain, the suffering, the desperation, the sadness. And well, now we will listen to the string quartet, the whole quartet, but especially the first violin and the cello. For me, is the two of them, is Carlos and his mother, and also supported by the by viola and the second violin, doing other voices and harmonies and stuff. But the dialogue and the fact of the dialogue is the first violin and the cello. But let's listen just the string quartet, and then we can separate it by first violin and cello. Okay, as you can see, at the beginning is Carlos who is comforting his mother, but at the end is his mother who is comforting Carlos, because he falls apart because he realized that this moment that was there, that was abstract, becomes real, and now is the moment, and he has fear and a lot of feelings and emotions that I've tried to express with this quartet. And okay, then. As I said, well, you can see at the end that the cello is like fading out, and we just listen to the violins, two violins, but especially one. That is like, because at the end is like the mother hugging the little child, would be something metaphorically speaking. And then I would like to put you just the violin and the cello, because it's the essence of this dialogue. For me, it's the dialogue that they are having. We left a little like a silence at the beginning of the scene to give the actors some space to start it. And the music starts when they are going down until the end. So let's listen just the first violin and the cello. well, this is the dialogue, and well, here when the crescendo of the first violin and the second violin is when she's telling him, "I give up." It's this moment. So, okay, then let's go to the last part. That is the third group of instruments. It's very quickly because I think that we don't have much time. But this is just another world. This is less important than the others because it's less just like an aesthetic or some flavor of different, some color to put in the cue. So at the beginning I have like two synths making just a little introduction. Then I entered a sub bass, giving a little bit of depth. And we have also a piano that is making this kind of subtle and delicate mood because he's a Colombian poet, he's very sensitive. And I wanted to transmit it also with the piano. It's very simple, but it's just to give a little color. We can listen a little bit of the piano. Well, okay, and then we have also a double bass making a tremolo when they are on the floor to put a little bit of tension also and also depth. And the last thing is like a violin playing as if it was like crying. We can put it here with the piano and the sub bass. Okay, and that's it. So maybe it would be a good idea if we can listen again the whole scene and we can feel these things that I just explained. Okay, then thanks for your attention. Thanks for being here with me, share this moment. And that's it. I hope you enjoy the scene study.